This is part 2 of me going over the DCFS petition to the Attorney General that is against Taylor Frankie Paul. Apologists, let's continue. Okay, let's continue because I know you'll be pulling up in my comments with some excuses, goalpost moving, some way to defend this woman. It's actually funny at this point, and I love to see it in my comments because you look like idiots. You literally look ignorant, and you look biased, and you look terrible. Like, it gets to a point, man. She gonna lose her kids, and you'll somehow be defending her with your life. I don't defend deadbeats in any sort of way. I don't defend deadbeat mothers, and I don't defend deadbeat fathers. I don't. Let's get into this filing. So where we left off is that Dakota completed his mental health and domestic violence assessments, even though I think they need to reevaluate those assessments because clearly it's not working for both of these, both of them. They may need the advanced version. They may need like the upgraded version at this point. Okay, 17. On May 19, 2026, DCFS spoke with Mr. Mortensen's therapist. At least he has his therapist and he's working with his therapist, unlike Taylor. She indicated she will be working with him on the recommendations from his mental health and domestic violence assessments. She further stated that she has already had 4 meetings with Mr. Mortensen and recommended they meet weekly going forward. 18. On June 2nd, 2026, CPS received a referral alleging non-supervision and fiscal neglect of Indy Paul and Ocean Paul against the mother. The division unsupported these allegations. This was Tate. This was not Dakota. I believe this was Tate. That's around the time I think everything came out with Tate. Okay. On June 12, 2026, DCFS completed an unannounced home visit to the mother's home. The mother said that she had just started seeing a therapist. On June 18, 2026, DCFS completed a home visit with the mother. The mother reported that she has been seeing her therapist and had 3 appointments so far. The mother stated she feels as though the sessions are beneficial. So here she's saying it's beneficial. 21. During the first 20 minutes of the June 18, 2026 home visit, they stay at her home. God damn, they stay at her home. Shit. Child, I could not have DCFS at my home all the time. I would be on my best behavior. That would piss me off. Home visit. The caseworker could smell clear indicators that Ever had soiled his diaper. When the mother tried to assist, Ever was resistant and defiant and ran toward his maternal aunt and nanny, Aspen. Damn, that's pretty sad. 22. When DCFS addressed concerns with the lack of progress in the child and family plan and the additional concerns regarding her other children, the mother stated that she is being treated unfairly because of her status. She's always going to use that. Furthermore, when DCFS suggested the family's first program intervention, the mother became escalated and dysregulated. Ocean, who was in the other room of the home coloring, heard his mother crying and told her to take deep breaths and that everything was going to be okay. I know that's true because she's dysregulated on this app every fucking day. She can't deny that. There's too much evidence. 23. On June 19, 2026, DCFS requested the mother sign a release of information for her therapist. On June 24, 2026, DCFS followed up with the mother's therapist who refused to speak with DCFS as the therapist did not have a valid release of information allowing her to do so. On June 25, 2026, DCFS conducted an unannounced home visit at the mother's home. They stay at that house. Damn. The division followed up about the release of information for the mother's therapist. The mother stated again she would sign a release of information. So she was trying not give them the information of her therapist. Damn. Okay. 25. On July 1st, 2026, the mother sent the division signed release of information, allowing the division to speak with her therapist. On July 2nd, 2026, the mother called the caseworker and stated that she is not doing well and felt exhausted due to ongoing custody disputes with both fathers. The caseworker reminded the mother of the scheduled home visit and child and family team meeting the following week. The mother stated she would not be available for the children and family team meeting or the home visit as she was going to be out of town. They don't really care about that shit. That is scheduled. You can't just say you're not going to be available. She's setting herself up for failure, y'all. Like, y'all sitting here defending her, but like, she's the one that's the problem. It's not DCFS. She's not cooperating. 27. On July 8th, 2026, DCFS was able to speak with the mother's therapist. The therapist stated she and the mother had not started meaningful treatment. That's why she didn't want to release the information. She was trying to get around it because she knew better. She knew. This girl is something else. The mother's therapist expressed concerns about the mother's lack of investment in treatment. The mother's therapist stated that the mother meets with her, but that the therapist feels it's because the mother is forced to do so. That's because she wants the life coach. The mother's therapist further stated that she has engaged in difficult conversations with the mother where they talk about taking therapy seriously. The mother has expressed frustrations to her therapist, stating she does not have time to attend therapy because she is very busy with work. But you have time for a life coach. Okay. 28. On July 9, 2026, DCFS held a team meeting with Mr. Mortensen. Mr. Mortensen stated he has intake with the Children's Center on July 14th. He further stated he is meeting with his therapist weekly to address domestic violence and mental health. Well, he's the only one cooperating with the therapist. That doesn't look good on Taylor. 29. On July 9th, 2026, DCFS held a team meeting with the mother. Mother stated that she has her intake with the Children's Center on July 15, 2026. The mother further reported that she's not feel like she's getting the support she needs from her therapist because the therapist is not a yes man. This is what people do when their therapists are not telling them what they want. This is a very narcissistic thing, and stated that she is going to see another therapist through Alpine. When the division confronted the mother about the lack of progress with the child and family plan, and the additional concerns regarding her mental health and emotional instability, the mother appeared dysregulated. The mother was unwilling to take accountability for her role in the domestic violence incident and continued to blame Mr. Mortensen for his role in the incident. The mother did not see how any of the concerns are impacting her children and was focused solely on how things are impacting her because she is a narcissist. She doesn't care about her kids. She cares about herself. 30. The mother has the following criminal history. August 2023, plea in abeyance for aggravated assault involved domestic violence, third-degree felony. 31. Mr. Paul has no relevant criminal history. So take Tate Paul out of the conversation. You guys need to stop trying to witch hunt him. He's not the problem here. 32. Mr. Mortensen has no relevant criminal history. 33. Upon information and belief, 1. No parent is a member of a federally recognized Indian tribe, and 2. The child is not eligible for membership in federally recognized Indian tribe. Therefore, the child is not an Indian child defined by Indian child welfare. Okay, let's go to 34. The mother and Mr. Mortensen have an open custody and then support action in the 3rd District Court. Mr. Paul and the mother have ongoing custody support action in the 3rd District Court. Other than this case, to the division's knowledge, there are no custody matters pending in any other courts. Based on the above allegations, the State of Utah Division of Child and Family Services respectfully moves the court to find that 1, the above named children are abused and neglected or dependent children pursuant to Utah Code. 2, the above named children within the jurisdiction of juvenile court. Based on the above findings, the State of Utah Division of Child and Family Services. I couldn't find the last page. That page was not leaked. If you have it, send it to me. Couldn't find it. However, it's very interesting because this completely negates the argument that DCFS is going after Dakota and Tate. Seems like Dakota is cooperating with DCFS and he's not on their radar because he got into therapy like almost 3 months before Taylor and he's doing everything that's asked of him. Tate's not being investigated at all, so y'all got to stop putting him in that sentence because he's not, clearly. But Dakota's actually cooperating and doing what he's told. She's the only one that's not cooperating. So this investigation is about her and her unwillingness and her not doing what she's supposed to be doing. I'm sure the apologists are going to find some excuse, some way to explain this or somehow to twist what DCFS wrote in an official document. I'm sure they will. But to me, it seems like this woman is who they're going after and who they're investigating and who is in trouble with the courts and DCFS and could potentially lose custody, meaning custody would go to these two. And when that happens, y'all are still going to sit here and make excuses for her and say the system is set up for her to fail. Mind you, they've been working with her for months and she's sitting here leaving home visits because she's upset, arguing with the investigators, refusing to do her therapy, and saying work's more important. And still imprentifying her daughter and not giving a flying fuck about those kids or what they got going on. Some mother she is. She's mother of the year. Ciao.